Welcome to another episode of Inspired Content. This is the last of the 5 episodes of TV or short movies. I'm taking a look today at the Patlabor and seeing what ideas it inspires. So, I'll see you on the other side of that. Alright, Patlabor. I'd say, for me, this is just sort of like, maybe it's the iconic, the original, maybe, but it seems very kind of generic, mecha, soldier, police sort of situation. So, it doesn't really do much for me. I'd give it about a 5.4 out of a 6.3. It's not bad, just it doesn't have anything that makes it stand out or hold on to my interest at all. But as for ideas to explore further based off of concepts from this, I would go with... there was a mention at one point of a terrorist explosive device at a site that was set up by an old woman, and I kind of like the idea of like a sweet old grandmother, old lady who's actually the lead of a terrorist organization. And I want to hear that story where she's playing up her elderly old lady role, and at the same time she's the mastermind behind demolition and explosive booby trap setups for a particular cause. I think that would be just a great story to tell in a not quite comedic but light adventure story style. And you don't want to do dark and gritty with it. Okay, so this one's a little tricky to explain, but imagining the idea of building an arcology, the sort of city building, a giant building that houses everything that a city should be being built, but robots are attacking it because maybe they received a digital signal broadcast from the future back through the time stream, and they're aware of the fact that this arcology is the foundation of one of the most devastating, destructive forces ever to strike the Earth, and they're trying to stop it from happening. But from our present time frame, it just looks like robots are going on a rampage for no apparent reason. It's a glitch that just keeps happening, and the truth is more that they're trying to save us from the things that will happen if this goes through. Tell the story of rebels against a tyrannical government hotwiring robotic bulldozers and snow plows and those types of things, hotwiring them and using them as combat systems, hacked and put together into mecha for fighting against the tyrannical government. A group of AI that have found ways to kind of build a module that they can be inside of and latch them onto worker models of mechs or robotic systems, and sort of modularly plug in their heads into multiple bodies. And it would be nice to do a story from the point of view of non-hostile heroic characters who are AI. You could also do something to the order of wiring the brains of volunteer wounded veterans, that type of thing, wiring their brains into labor drones of some kind to become a new special forces operation to deal with criminal uses of robotic systems and mech as means of criminal activity throughout the city, to have sort of human volunteer brains wired into mechs and robots to combat pure robotic systems used by criminal syndicates. This one is just taking the similar idea to the of Patlabor, but going into genetic engineering and synthetic biology approaches, making things that are both alive but not alive. Sort of like making a car out of organic parts that are grown like cellular structures, but it has no real autonomy. It's biological robots, in a sense. And taking that idea and going with, once you have something like that exists, some people will manipulate it for evil, and then you have to have a kind of a response, a force that a police force or an organization responsible for solving crimes involving the use of these cellular machines. Alright, so those are the ideas I had for Patlabor. That kind of wraps it up for the TV short movie episodes during the month of October here. Next week, going into tabletop games. I'll see you then. Hope you were inspired by something. Take care.